You look at the numbers in the first half, take a look at what the New York Jets accomplished in the second quarter, and yet we still end up tied at 14-14. Greg Gumbel along with Dan Deerdorf. Was it Dickens who wrote A Tale of Two Quarters?
Well, you know, I complimented the Colts early on about how composed they are. The Jets showed a lot of composure of coming back from a disastrous beginning of this football game, because here's how it gets started. Robert Mathis strips Chad Pennington of the football. They culminate that drive with Dominique Rhodes stuffing it into the end zone, 7-0 Colts. But then Pennington comes back. He finds Jericho Cotchery, and look at that stiff arm. He finds his way into the end zone. And then Mike Nugent, you can't execute an onside kick better than that. Kerry Rhodes recovers the ball. And then Payton Manning finally comes to life. He goes deep down the middle to Reggie Wayne to finish it off with Joe getting his first rushing touchdown of his career, and we end up tied here at halftime in a game that at the very beginning was all Indianapolis.
You and I talked about this during the halftime break, Dan, how emotion plays such an incredible role in the game, particularly in the game of football.
Well, yes, it's Yogi Bear was at 90% mental and 30% fit, or whatever it was, but your attitude and your ability to play hard and work hard is so important in football. But if I'm Eric Mangini, I have to be extremely proud of the way my club dealt with adversity early on and somehow came back and fought their way back into it. And they were getting their butts kicked at the line of scrimmage, Greg, and they fought their way back there as well.
Here's Terrence Wilkins at the second half kickoff, takes it on the run at the 6-yard line. Left side return, and he's out across the 25 and close to the 30-yard line, and that's where Manning and company will go to work here in the second half. This game brought to you in high definition by Sony. And here comes Payton Manning.
And you see that Payton Manning was 77 yards. Keep in mind that until that last drive, you could count his passing yards on two hands. It was absolutely nothing until he had a couple good passing plays to Wayne and to Harrison.
Colts start the second half with Dominique Rhodes in the backfield behind Manning. And on the stretch play, Rhodes tries to turn the corner, and he loses his footing at the 30-yard line. Eric Barton will get credit for the tackle. You know, Manning, as we talked to him last night, you know, what do you have to do against this Jets team? He said, we have to not give them the kind of game-changing play that they got last week against Buffalo when Kerry Rhodes blitzed J.P. Lossman, forced the fumble, and Victor Hobson returned it for 32 yards and a touchdown. Quick pass to Harrison. Harrison across the 40, 45, out of bounds at the 47-yard line. 14-yard pickup, and Marvin Harrison with career catch number 952 passes Andre Reed and becomes fourth in NFL history.
And Marvin is 34 years old, and if you're around him, he is a young 34, wouldn't you say?
You bet. Here's Rhodes again, and Rhodes lassoed from behind by Jonathan Vilma.
No good aggressive play by Jonathan Vilma. Look at him read. He crosses actually behind his own linebacker, Eric Barton, and then aggressively fills the hole, goes upfield through the ball carrier to make a tackle. That's why he's a Pro Bowler.
So the ball at midfield after a 3-yard gain. It's 2nd and 7. This time the quick slant, and that's through the hands of Reggie Wayne. It'll be 3rd and 7. And Payton loves the no huddle. He loves the no huddle, especially on the road. Harrison comes to the near side. His usual spot. Wayne to the top of your screen.
His usual spot.
Play clock is down to 10. Manning under pressure and goes down at the 35-yard line. Sean Ellis again wreaking havoc in the Indianapolis backfield.
Oh, and Payton is really upset. Again, he tries to make a decision to escape the pocket, and going right is not the answer, because that's just taken him right to Sean Ellis. That's the second time that Payton has elected to try to escape the pocket by moving to his right, and Sean Ellis has been there waiting for him.
And pulled down at about the 21 or 22-yard line by Tim Jennings. 13-11 to play, third quarter. Tied at 14.
Tired of being nickeled and dimed by other airlines?
Is this your first flight?
On Southwest Airlines, our leather seats, blankets, pillows, snacks, and smiles are always free.
You are now free to move about the country.
Introducing the new Sicilian lasagna pizza from Pizza Hut. Hearty beef topping and a blend of mozzarella, creamy ricotta, and Parmesan cheese, all on a seasoned crust. It's just $10.99. Right now for just $5 more at any medium one-topping pizza.
The Chrysler 300, a fuel-efficient 250-horsepower V6 engine, electronic stability program, elegantly appointed leather-trimmed interior, 5-star government frontal crash test rating, and perhaps its most intense characteristic, its striking design.
Building a database solution that manages over 31 million page views a day is no simple feat. Fortunately, I get advice from the company that lives it every day.
Is the president telling the truth about Iraq? Bob Woodward reports he is not. So what is the truth?
We need a litter!
Tonight on 60 Minutes.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
While you look at Sean Ellis, we'll remind you this week on NFL.com, Shannon Sharp talks about the tight races in all the divisions and how no team is running away with it this year. Read more about it at NFL.com. Nice afternoon for Sean Ellis so far. Pennington from his own 21. Still has it. Looking right. Throws, and that is complete to Lavernius Coles. That's close to a first down at about the 31-yard line.
Well, this is something that Chad Pennington has always done well. Play action, but then rolling out. It looks like Jake Plummer, and throwing on the move. And again, we have to emphasize 2 rotator cuff surgeries. Pennington's arm looks fine.
This is Cedric Houston.
You just, you know, Greg, now that you've had a chance to look at Chad Pennington throw the football, deep, long touch, regardless of how you might think a quarterback should throw the football, now that he's into the 4th game of the year, he just looks like a guy that never had surgery.
2nd and 8. And once again, it's Houston, right side, upended at about the 38-yard line. That's short of a first down by Mike Doss.
Well, here's Chad Pennington. He became starter back in 03, and you can take a look at what's happened. If you'll notice that none of those numbers on the left, 13 games in 04 was the best. What Chad would love more than anything else is when we show this graphic next year, in the 06 column, instead of that 4, it says 16, that he was able to play an entire football season.
He wants so badly to just be known as a durable quarterback. Leon Washington in the lineup on 3rd and 4. Pennington pulls it down, is going to run with it, slides for the first down to the 42-yard line.
Boy, and it looks like he got enough to move the sticks. Again, very smart. Of course, that's always been a hallmark of Chad Pennington. He's always been a chain-moving type of quarterback. Not often spectacular, but extremely efficient.
Jets had 2 first downs in the first quarter. They have had 11 since, and now we get a whistle on the field.
Tony threw his red flag. I'm thinking Tony's going to argue the marking here. He's going to say that where he went into the hook slide was short of the first down. That'd be my guess.
Indianapolis is challenging the spotting of the ball that the runner made a first down.
It's where you enter the hook slide is where the ball stops, right there, not where you end up.
You are nothing if not prescient.
If has always been a part of your working life, but as you plan for retirement, you face a new set of ifs. If I can't count on a big pension, if I want to stay in the house where my kids grew up, if my money has to last and last. MetLife has been protecting retirements for over 100 years. We can ease your transition from work to retirement by helping you create your personal safety net, so you're taken care of. Call on our expertise to get guarantees for the if in life. After all, we're MetLife.
Men of the square table. Is it permissible to do this?
That's always funny.
It's idiotic is what it is.
Enough! Overflowing someone's beer is barbaric.
Yeah, he's right. There's thousands of things that make us laugh. Japanese game shows, Undercover Brother on DVD, Jimmy Johnson's hair, none of which waste an ounce of beer.
No wasted beer in the name of humor. Don't. Man law?
Man law. For great taste, there's no debate. Miller Lite.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 41. Chrysler, inspiration comes standard. And by Miller Lite and the men of the square table. Good call.
Well, Jerry Austin is just finishing looking at replays over on the sideline. Let's take a look.
It looks like Chad Pennington made an awfully good slide. Looked like a good spot to me. I can't imagine Austin would overturn this.
After reviewing the play stands as called on the field.
Yeah.
Indianapolis is charged.
Tony was right there.
Timeout.
Take a look at Chad Pennington. When his rear end hits the field right there, and it looks to me like that is spot on where they put the football. You know, he doesn't get the benefit of the rest of the slide, but that looked to be a perfect spot. And Tony had an awfully good look at it.
You wonder if Tony went on his own or if it was for a cue from upstairs, but you're right. It looks pretty convincing that the original spot was a good one.
Yeah, especially again, it happened right. You know, Tony was standing parallel to the play. He could see it pretty clearly. We'll find out later if that missing timeout comes into play for the Colts.
Jets already reaching their average rushing yardage today, and we still have 11 minutes to play in the third quarter.
Well, that 72-yard a game average, that better get better. That better go up.
And this one is against the Jets.
66 offense, 5 yards. It's still first down.
That's Pete Kendall, the veteran left guard.
You say veteran, and never has a veteran been more needed than the guy who's between two rookies. And that's where Pete Kendall is, between Nick Mangold, number 74, the rookie center from Ohio State, and number 60, DeBrickashaw Ferguson. Talk about a veteran that's got to be in a little bit of a teaching experience. That's what Pete Kendall's doing.
So now it's 1st and 15. We'll give it to Houston. Looking for a running room on the left side, trying to break it outside, and is run out of bounds at about the 40-yard line by Jason David. Just how much conversation goes on that offensive line?
Oh, there's a lot of communication. You can see right there, that's a double team block, a slip block between Kendall and Ferguson. Ferguson's supposed to slip off and pick off a linebacker. but you can see that Brackett had gotten into the hole, forcing Houston to the outside. Actually, it was a nice piece of work by Houston to stay alive.
2nd and 13. Pennington now throws it complete at midfield. Lavernius Cole, and Cole's out of bounds, but not before he has a first down. Tony Dungy's biggest concern, Lavernius Cole's, once he catches the football.
Well, he catches the football, his second of the day, but it was because of some really smart football by Chad Pennington. Buying himself a little extra time. He fooled the Colts a little bit. It looked like he was going to run again, and then right before he crossed the line of scrimmage, he made the pass. Chad is playing a very smart game.
First down now at the Indy 46. This is Houston. Lots of running room up the middle. Spins across the 35 to the 33-yard line. 13 yards and another first down.
How's that for blocking at the point of attack? This Jets offensive line now starting to get it done. That was a huge hole. Kudos over there on the right side to Clement and Moore and Mangold.
Pennington, little pump fake, going down the far sideline. It is incomplete at the goal line. Intended for Coles. Kelvin Hayden, filling in for injured Nick Harper, was there and helped out by Mike Doss.
We've been talking about the fact that everybody's going to run the ball against Indianapolis until they can stop it. Just take a look at these numbers over here. Take a look at that. The Giants for 186. Jacksonville for 191.
And Kelvin Hayden,
he made it all the way back. He was involved in the play at the goal line.
Boy.
He made it all the way back to the huddle, and then now can't get off the field.
Tony Dungy is furious here on the sideline. We'll be back.
The world's first four-door Wrangler. Wrangler Unlimited, a new species from Jeep.
Can anyone tell me what happened to Napoleon when he tried to invade Russia? Brian?
Somebody's going to get their first loss here tonight. It's not going to be us, is it? No,
sir. We're down. Last chance for the Hawks.
Blue 80, go!
I'm Dallin Hart Jr. Welcome to Wrangler Jeans Company, a new generation of Wrangler.
New fits, new comfort, new styles. Wrangler Jeans Company, a new generation of Wrangler. New fits, new comfort, new styles.
Introducing the new Ultimate Cheese Snacker from KFC. 100% chicken breast smothered in a blend of cheddar and Swiss, topped with crisp lettuce freshly prepared on a sesame seed bun. And like the original KFC Snacker, it's only 99 cents. Now your dollar goes further at KFC.
This season, NFL Network invites you to a new football tradition.
With a telecast you'd expect from NFL Network. Great matchups on the run to the playoffs. Only on NFL Network.
Are the women turning on the men?
All of us feel a little threatened by the brawn.
Or just turning them on?
Flirting with guys, that's what I do best.
New Survivor, CBS Thursday.
Tony Dungy still discussing the situation with Jerry Austin, the referee. Let's take a look at what happened.
Well, Kelvin Hayden is injured. He's trying to get off the field, but no official has blown his whistle yet. And it's really his obligation. See, he doesn't look that hurt right there. Well, now he's going to go down, and now there's real confusion as to whether or not the Jets are going to try to run a play. Until the whistle blows, the Jets can do whatever they want to do. If they want to snap the ball, snap the ball.
Now Hayden is getting the start today, filling in for injured Nick Harper. Now number 27, Tim Jennings, is going to come in at corner for Kelvin Hayden.
And the next guy to go in and play is going to be Tony Dungy. The old defensive back, because the Colts are down, as they say, they're down to the nubbins.
And that burns another Colt timeout. They are left with one, and we still have 9:12 to play here in the third.
Keep in mind, Bob Sanders, the safety, Nick Harper, the corner, Marlon Jackson, the corner. None of them even suited up for today's game. And now Kelvin Hayden, who's playing for Nick Harper, now he's on the sideline.
9th play of this drive. The pitch to Barlow. Barlow to the 30. Robert Mathis with the tackle over there.
Now here comes Hayden back out onto the field, it looks like. That is really good news for Indianapolis. Maybe he just had a cramp. I would assume, though, this is being the National Football League, he's going to get tested pretty soon.
Jennings stays on the field as a linebacker comes off on 3rd and 7. Big blitz picked up nicely. Pennington throws. That's complete to the 20-yard line, inside the 20, and a first down to Lavernius Coles.
And it's exactly what you knew would happen. They're going to go right at Kelvin Hayden and see if it was just a cramp or if it's something more major. He's given a pretty good cushion that time to Coles. A little late coming back, but that was really a well-run pattern by Lavernius Coles. Wasn't horribly done by Hayden, but this is no mercy here.
This is Barlow. And Barlow to about the 17, maybe a 1-yard pickup or so.
The least surprised guy in this stadium on that last pass play was Kelvin Hayden. He knows the way it works around here. If they think there's something wrong, they're coming at you.
We come up on 7.5 minutes to play in the third. Pennington looking at a 2nd and 9. He leads the 8-yard line for a first down. And he's going to throw. And pitches over the line, complete to Houston, and Houston to about the 12.
That was a lob, a soft toss.
It was ugly. But it worked.
Yep. Today in the red zone, the Jets 2 for 2. Doesn't get a lot better than that, although they like to be here a little more often. Again, Chad just playing extremely efficiently.
And now a 3rd and 4 for New York. Action up front.
Robert Mathis is pleading his case that Chris Baker moved. He's trying to get it on either Baker or Clement.
Number 98 of the defense.
Chad Pennington is putting on a clinic today on how to draw guys off sides. Now this Colts defensive line, they jump off sides an awful lot. There was a little bit of a twitch by Baker. There's a legitimate beef going on there by the Colts.
But the bottom line is it's 1st and goal for the Jets. Houston inside the 5. Hit hard at the 5, forward to about the 3, maybe the 2-yard line by Gilbert Gardner.
Boy, Cedric Houston is starting to pound the football. You gotta like the way this guy is running. He is putting the shoulders down, great body lean, and delivering a blow. And now, do you see that? Pennington tries to do what Manning did at the other end, run a play real quickly, only he didn't catch the Colts off guard.
And now a few substitutions for each side as we come up on 3rd and goal. Now it is Kevin Barlow and James Hodgins in the backfield. 3rd and goal. And now Pennington is going to, let's see, play clock is down to 4, to 3, to 2, and he calls a timeout. So the Jets used their first timeout here in the second half, and they're threatening. We're tied at 14.
So it seems pretty clear that buying lottery tickets is not a good business plan. That's weird. So, very funny. Let's continue. We got a lot to get through. All right, if we look to the other sectors that we can... Okay, come on, guys.
Want a new job? We've got the most. CareerBuilder.com. A better job awaits.
The world's first 4-door, 5-passenger Wrangler. Wrangler Unlimited. A new species from Jeep.
CBS Thursday. It's the CSI that will have everyone talking. Even the dead.
So how'd you get here anyway? Someone will figure it out.
4 new mysteries.
How do you drown in an elevator? A hiking accident?
This could explain the blood.
Life imitates art.
1 killer episode.
I'm telling you, no place is safe anymore.
Tell me about it.
A new CSI, CBS Thursday.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by CareerBuilder.com. Visit the largest job website, CareerBuilder.com. A better job awaits. And by Sprint. Be a better fan with NFL Mobile, only from Sprint. Power up.
2 Jet drives in the first half took up 8 minutes and 38 seconds. This is the 15th play of a drive that has taken up almost 8 minutes here in the 3rd.
And again, what has it done? It's turned Payton Manning into a spectator.
3rd and goal. 3 tight ends are in the lineup now for the New York Jets. Houston tripped up at the line of scrimmage, falls forward to about the 2. Dwight Freeney made that play.
Boy, did Dwight Freeney get penetration here.
And
short yardage, it's all about penetration.
And Eric Mangini looks like he's thinking about going for it.
Oh, you can't come away from a drive like this without points. Oh, there's a Jet down on the field.
That is Houston.
I think where this ball is placed, you've got to kick a field goal.
Let's go back and see what happened. Dwight Freeney made this happen for the Colts.
Look at him get inside. That's textbook by a defensive end. Taking the inside shoulder, left side of your screen, gets inside James Darth and gets in there.
Looks like he hit the left knee when it was stiff, Dan. Houston still being tended to. We'll step aside for a timeout.
Our target is an ugly, smelly, dirty little scab of rock called Iwo Jima.
12,000 Japanese defenders in 8 square miles. They will not leave politely, gentlemen.
Here she goes. People on the street corners, they looked at this picture and they took hope. They said, we are winning this war.
Flags of Our Fathers. Rated R. Starts Friday, October 20th.
When it comes to being a better football fan, nothing beats Sprint NFL Mobile. You can watch exclusive game highlights of all your favorite players. Like Payton Manning. That guy's pretty good, if you like 6'5", 230-pound quarterbacks, laser, rocket arm. With NFL Mobile only from Sprint, you get customizable alerts and real-time stats on your favorite team. Maybe like Peyton Manning's team, maybe.
Get the power of the NFL in your hand, only with Sprint.
Oh, Hoodie, monument to the durable. Fast friend,
uncomplaining sucker of sweat. In our most trying times, you still tried. When other garments stopped at the neck, you said, oh no, the head needs a garage. Our arms would pull off well before yours, yet this is how we treat you.
A near-death experience. Did your entire sordid, degenerate life flash before your eyes?
I wish.
Forces Charlie to do the unthinkable. Spend time with his mom.
When was the last time you had a prostate exam?
It's time to change my butt dressing.
You don't have to get snippy.
I am this close to sticking my tongue in a light socket.
A new 2.5 Men, CBS tomorrow.
You see Cedric Houston, the second-year running back out of Tennessee, loaded onto the cart. 12 carries, 49 yards.
And unable to put any weight at all on his left leg as he was assisted off the field. Dwight Freeney crashing down to the inside, just made contact. And this, I'm amazed that Eric Mangini is not kicking a field goal in this situation.
3 tight ends, 4th and goal. Pennington, play fake, rolling, steps inside, throws, end zone it is. He's intercepted in the end zone. Intercepted by number 50, Rocky Boyman. So the Jets don't even get to get the Colts starting at their own 2-yard line. That's going to come out to the 20.
And what was that, a 16-play drive that you run and you get absolutely nothing for it. Give Eric Mangini credit for being courageous, but boy, flying in the face of conventional wisdom. A tie ball game, 14-14. You take the 3 points, you take the lead. I like his guts. I'm not sure everybody else will.
Joseph Adai in the backfield behind Manning as he gets his hands on the football again, and stood up at the 20-yard line by Eric Barton. That's the first time Pennington has been intercepted in the red zone in 120 throws.
And that's compounded by the fact that it was 4th down, so he had to throw it. He was on. You can't play safe. You can't take a sack. You can't throw it away. You got to force it in there.
2nd and 9. Near side, UTEP complete and out of bounds at about the 28-yard line. It'll be a couple of yards short of a first down.
And now UTEP's hurt.
UTEP was hit by Andre Dyson.
He has to elevate for the ball. You can see he got a helmet in the back, and ooh, pretty obvious it's that hurt. He grabbed for it right off the bat.
Well, as he's tended to, I want to go back to Eric Mangini's 4th down call. It says either an awful lot what he thinks of his offense at this stage of the game or what he thinks of his defense. That even if he doesn't make it, that he feels he can put up a stand on Payton Manning.
Well, he'd be the first guy that thinks he could make a stand on Payton Manning. It's not normal. Hey, I really like Eric Mangini, and I think he's got a brilliant future ahead of him. But he's going to be second-guessed to death on this decision right here. Absolutely, really no chance of getting that ball to James Dirth, double covered. But he's shown the ability to take some risks. That onside kick paid off for him, so he's 1 out of 2 in the gambling department.
Want to remind you there's more football ahead here on CBS. Coming next, the Patriots against the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, the Jacksonville Jaguars, who fell by a touchdown to these Colts a week ago, will meet the Redskins, or it's the Cleveland Browns battling the Oakland Raiders. We ask you to check your local listings. Brian Fletcher has now replaced UTEP in the lineup. This quarter, the Jets have 6 first downs to 1 for Indianapolis. 3rd and 2. A dive. First down to the 35-yard line. Nice patience by the rookie running back.
And what a monster first down for the Colts. Their defense, you know, they are over on the bench sucking some gas after that long drive by the Jets. a 3 and out could have really been tough on him. But that was a big first down pickup for Indianapolis.
On first down, it's a die again, and a die for about 4 before Eric Barton smacks him down at the 39-yard line. We were talking with Joseph Adai about how some of his responsibilities include blocking for Payton Manning. And there are times he says he sees some of these big guys and he feels like turning around and saying, Payton, you better run. 2nd and 6. Slant. Harrison. Just short of midfield, but enough for a Colt first down.
You saw that time of possession graphic. Jacksonville dominated the time of possession against the Colts last week, but lost the game. And the Jets right now in a tie ball game are dominating the time of possession. But Payton right now is starting to look comfortable. And that's bad news for the Jets.
Play fake. Manning down the middle. Incomplete inside the 25-yard line. His intended receiver, number 44, Dallas Clark.
And Kerry Rhodes had pretty good coverage on Dallas Clark. Kerry Rhodes, who's already got 3 sacks on the year and an interception. Sitting back there, he's a safety. He's got the deep zone, the middle. That ball just a little low and away. If that ball was up maybe a foot or so, you kind of get the feeling Dallas Clark might have caught that.
So again from the 49, and it's a dive. Hole off left guard and close to a first down. He may have enough for another Indianapolis first down. Rhodes and Barton with the stop, but they're going to move the chains.
I think Joseph Adai has big shoes to fill. You know, Edgerrin James was there for so many years, and if you'll remember, Edgerrin James replaced a guy named Marshall Faulk. The primary running back for the Colts for a long time has been a stud.
Once again, it's a dive. Oh, Colts fans must be shaking their heads in wonderment. This team averaging 81 yards a game on the ground so far this season. They're up to 115 rushing today.
Well, the Jets' run defense has been a little porous. 67-year-old Tom Moore, their offensive coordinator. I asked Tony Dungy, I said, do you have to convince Tom to keep coaching every year? He said, no, he told me he wants to coach till he's 85. Moore confirmed it.
On the ground, Adai still on his feet, and now down to the 33, maybe the 32-yard line of the Jets. And we're under a minute to play for the 3rd quarter.
You know, when Tom Moore says he wants to coach until he's 85, the guy that's got to really make that's got to make Marv Levy really excited. There's a concept he could really relate to.
Payton Manning won't argue the fact. Half a minute to play. 3rd and 1. Whistles, flags, and it's going to go against the Colts.
Ball start, 73 offense. 5 yards, it's still 3rd down.
That's the right guard, Jake Scott. And instead of 3rd and 1, it'll be 3rd and 6. Adai is out, Rhodes is in.
Reggie Wayne's going to be singled up top.
Manning goes that way, finds Reggie Wayne. Wayne slips the tackle out of bounds inside the 25, but enough for a first down.
That was so obvious. They rotated to Marvin Harrison, left Reggie Wayne one-on-one.
We're back after this message and a word from your local station.
The SEC on CBS. Arkansas, Auburn. Then LSU, Florida. College football at its best. Next Saturday on CBS.
CSI, CBS Thursdays.
Toyota has brought thousands of jobs to Michigan, Ohio, Kentucky, and Tennessee. We build Camrys, America's best-selling car, right here in Kentucky.
It's all about being better every day.
And the all-new Camry is better than ever, with more power and room and available hybrid Synergy drive. Or choose the luxurious new Avalon, now for the first time ever with 0% financing. It's a great deal because
It's a great car.
Toyota, moving forward.
All right, come on. Yeah. Here we go.
You don't need to be at the game to feel the thrill of the game.
Hey.
Kentucky Lottery Scratch-Offs. Put a little play in your day.
I have been at Jewish Hospital
For 10 years.
for 22 years.
I've been here 30 years.
Since 1962.
This isn't just a job, it's my life.
This is my life.
It's my life. Everyone here is committed to healing.
We make sure we have the best equipment and the latest technology.
And that our patients have the very best care.
But I can never forget, it could be me in that bed or one of my family.
It's simple. Everyone here puts the patients first.
That patient's life is everything.
Out the door and in the air. News Chopper 32. Live, local, late breaking.
Are you ready for the fourth quarter?
Eric Clapton singing in the background. Just did 3 nights here in New York City this past week. 11th play of this drive for Manning and the Colts. 1st and 10 at the Jet 23. Rhodes, big hole left side, 10 to the 7. And it'll be 1st and goal.
Well, as an offensive lineman, you love a hole like that. Take a look at the blocks. Jeff Saturday, Dylan Gandy, the left guard, Tariq Glenn, the Pro Bowl left tackle. They just blow the Jets out of there. Dominic Rhodes had to get through that thing going, are you kidding me?
Rhodes behind Manning. Rhodes again. Rhodes to the goal line and just short of the end zone.
And you know the Colts want to score a touchdown for more than the obvious reasons. Their field goal kicker today hasn't kicked a field goal in this, made a field goal in this league since 2004. Adam Vinatieri isn't playing today. Their kicker is Martin Gramatica. His last made field goal in this thing was a long time ago.
He had 3 extra points last week, 2 today, but no field goal attempts since he's been re-signed. This is a 79-yard drive. Darrell Reed, a defensive lineman, is in front of Dominique Rhodes as a blocker. Rhodes hit before he got to the line of scrimmage by Dwayne Robertson.
Well, that's exactly what we saw when Indianapolis was making their goal line stand. Dwight Freeney, that great piercing move to the inside by Robertson. And look at him crawl and on all fours and make a form tackle from down on the ground. Such is a lot of a defensive tackle.
3rd and goal. Rhodes, penalty markers on the field. He stopped short of the goal line. Let's check the flag. Kerry Rhodes says it's against the Colts, and so does Jerry Austin. Jerry Austin's the one that counts.
Of illegal substitution, 74 and 95 did not report the second time. The penalty is declined. 4th down.
And Eric Mangini does not want to back the Colts up and give Payton Manning another shot at the end zone. He'd rather they go for the field goal.
No, he wants to see if Gramatica can do it. 2 guys who lined up as eligible receivers were wearing ineligible numbers and failed to report.
Basically, there was nothing good about that play by the Colts. Here's Grammatica.
You notice that Dungy's kicking the field goal.
From 12 yards out, and it's good. That one just a little more than an extra point attempt, but Grammatica comes through and gives the Colts a 17-14 lead.
Listen up, V-Dub in the house. Jason, this is your 98 whatchamacallit.
You got an F.
You know what we're gonna do now?
No.
Unpimp your auto. We just dropped it like it's hot. V-Dub, representing Deutschland.
The Volkswagen GTI, pre-tuned by German engineers.
Hey, over here.
Why don't you switch to our network? We're just like them.
Are you reliable?
Excellent question.
How about for email or downloading music?
Why not?
Only one wireless network is America's most reliable for calls, downloads, and emails.
That is a problem, and we are working on it.
Verizon Wireless. It's the network.
Coach, when it's this hot, can any beer be more refreshing than Coors Light?
No, I don't believe that. That's not possible.
We'll save a cold one for you, Coach.
I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I really am.
How do you choose between Coors Light and cold refreshment?
Well, I don't believe I can segregate the two.
It was a trick question.
Taste the cold of Coors Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL.
Hey, Coach, we still got a 12-pack and 4 ice-cold cans.
Well, 12 and 4 is pretty good.
More than electricity or food, this town needs information. We could organize a group of people, send them out in every direction, north, south, east, and west. We can't just sit here in the dark.
I don't think anyone should be leaving Jericho.
If this country is at war, we need to know it.
Hey, tomorrow here on CBS, Miami's never been more dangerous. Catch a new CSI Miami tomorrow at 10, 9 Central here on CBS. Again this season, America's most watched network. Grammatica, a low kick, picked off inside the 20-yard line by Matt Chatham, a linebacker, and he's still on his feet across the 35 to about the 37 or 38-yard line. 12:51 to play, fourth quarter. It's the Colts by 3, the Jets with the ball.
Broadway Daytime Drama presents Reggie Bush in The Rookie.
I'll never play. Sure you will, kiddo. Just gotta stay hungry.
But if I eat this, I won't be hungry anymore.
Eat the sandwich! Subway Restaurants. Tasty new premium steak sandwiches like the blackened Cajun steak, hot and fresh from the oven, and the new steak and cheese. Subway, eat steak!
Go, boy, go! Go, boy, go! Go, boy, go! Now stop! Go some more! Go, boy, go!
Work, weekend, dress, golf. One big life. 4 ways to dress it.
Go, boy, go!
Wednesday.
What's the psychology behind these DVDs?
It's a souvenir.
Put the weapon down!
New Criminal Minds. Then a new CSI New York starts off chilly.
Call an ambulance! Call 911!
He was stabbed with an icicle?
Our evidence is about to turn into a big pool of water.
And ends up downright cold.
You and I were into each other, but every time we're in the same room together...
I didn't mean for this to happen.
A new CSI New York after Criminal Minds, Wednesday.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Geico, where 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Vonage. And by Dockers San Francisco.
As the Jets go back to work on offense, they will do it without Cedric Houston, who left the game with a leg injury. The Jets say his return is questionable at best today. Leon Washington is in the backfield behind Pennington. And on first down, the give is to Washington. He finds running room across the 40 to about the 43-yard line.
You know,
Mike Doss made the stop. I'm sorry, Dan.
No, I'm sorry. It's been really documented about Adam Vinatieri, but he's got to get back for the Colts because Gramatica is killing them with field possession on his kickoffs. He can't get the ball deep, and the Jets in this situation getting a chance to start with wonderful field position. Martin just can't drive the ball deep at all.
Pennington, far side. Oh, what a pitch and catch. Lavernius Coles on the receiving end. If that had not been on the button, it would have been picked.
Well, not only did it have to have velocity, but he had to have the elevation to float it over a leaping Mike Doss. I mean, that ball had speed, but it also had touch. That was beautiful.
First down, Jets are now in Colts territory at the 48. Play clock down to 5. And it's Washington. Washington squeezing across the 45 to the 42 before Gilbert Gardner drags him down. Leon Washington is a 5'8", 202-pound rookie out of Florida State.
But this is the right thing for Brian Schottenheimer to be doing. You keep pounding the ball at this Colts defense. They haven't proven that they can stop anybody's running game. Keep at them.
Pennington to throw. And that is incomplete. Intended for Justin McCarron's, and that is a Pennington pass that stayed in the air just a touch too long.
And Jason David reacted absolutely perfectly with his timing. Take a look at this. He's all over but when he comes in, he makes contact at just about the exact second the ball does. McCarron's not able to pull it in. It wasn't really a bad pass. You got to give credit to the coverage on that.
3rd and 4.
I got him.
Straight drop for Pennington. Throws to the far side. Coles with the catch and yardage afterwards. It's a first down for the Jets to the Indianapolis 31.
Again, that's what Tony Dungy was talking about with Lavernius Coles, his escapability. You know, that takes a little athleticism on a sideline to be turned backwards like that. Fight the sidelines, shake off a tackle, and pick up another 5.
Washington stays. No huddle again for Pennington and the Jets. Washington. Room to run up the middle to the 25. Bo Schobel making the stop for the Colts. And you're right, Dan, as long as the Colts don't show that they can stop the run, the pass is only going to be an occasional thing from the Jets offense.
No, and it sets up Pennington's play action, which he does so well. But right now, the Jets offensive line is winning the battles up front.
31 runs, 21 passes for the Jets today. They get 32 runs. And Washington is down at about the 23. Josh Thomas in on the tackle. 10 minutes to play in the 4th quarter.
Leon's not a big guy, listed at 5'8", but he runs big, doesn't he? I mean, you can hear him make contact, and more often than not, he's the guy that finishes off the run by going forward and the defender backward.
Leon Washington is now out as a receiver on 3rd and 2. Now moved back to the backfield. And the give is to the up back, B.J. Askew, for a first down.
Well, that is all. Yeah, B.J., you signal the first down, but that is all the Jets' offensive line. Watch this explosion off the line of scrimmage. Whoa, they erased everybody in a white jersey. And Chad rushed them to the line of scrimmage so quickly, I think he forced the Colts to take their final timeout.
Colts are out of timeouts. Payton Manning says, you got to give it to the kid on that one.
V-dub here in full effect with Trey and this ride.
It looks like it could fly.
What time is it?
I don't know.
Time to unpimp the auto. Oh, snap. German engineering in the house, yeah.
The Volkswagen GTI, pre-tuned by German engineers.
There's a party over here, so you might as well be here with the people care. Don't hold back the world.
¡Lista! ¡Vamos!
¡Tiene la pelota!
La pasión por el fútbol americano comienza con los niños. El programa NFL Youth les brinda la oportunidad de aprender jugando.
¡Tiene campo abierto!
Un deporte al alcance de todos.
La pasión comienza contigo.
This team of criminals are planning their next big score. Step 1, get the tools they need for the job.
I want a 50 caliber machine gun.
Mike, it's a robbery!
Step 2, make sure the people they love are kept in the dark.
Thought I saw you today.
Really?
Same kind of minivan, same color.
No.
New Smith, CBS Tuesday.
Well, we've talked about the swing of momentum back and forth. The Jets go right down to the goal line, fail on 4th down, an interception. The Colts come back and kick a field goal to take the lead, and here are the Jets back knocking on the door. First down from the 18. This is Washington. Washington squeezes inside the 15 to the 13-yard line.
You know, Tony Dungy told us when you look at the Jets, you see New England's defense, you see San Diego's offense, because that's where Brian Schottenheimer came from. But I'm telling you right now, Chad Pennington is doing a pretty good impersonation of Peyton Manning.
Here's Washington, and Washington to the 10.
Pennington, the way he's running his team at the line of scrimmage, the way they're running the no huddle, the way he's audibling, the way he just used a quick count there to get the Colts to use their final timeout. Chad, with all this time off, it's apparent that he's spent a lot of time watching how Peyton Manning does his business.
Eric Mangini says he is the hardest working player he's seen in a long time. 3rd and 2. Play clock down to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and he got it off. Pump fake, throws to the end zone, and there's a penalty marker at the goal line.
Boy, did DeBrickashaw Ferguson get beat by Dwight Freeney.
It was Coles and Jason David doing battle.
Illegal contact, number 20 of the defense. 5 yards, first down.
It'll be first down at the 5.
Mike Doss, the strong safety, gets called for the penalty, and that is a monster penalty on 3rd and an incompletion. Wow.
9th penalty on the Colts today.
So uncharacteristic.
First and goal from the 5. That's Kevin Barlow behind Pennington. Barlow hit at the line of scrimmage, still on his feet, touchdown.
That is called running through a would-be tackler. Kevin Barlow just ran over, I believe it was Gilbert Gardner, the linebacker. Boy, that is really an illustration of keeping your feet and driving your legs.
Mike Nugent for the extra point. 21-17 Jets. Kevin Barlow, his second touchdown of the day, his 4th of the season, and the Jets are back on top.
Baby, you can't leave me. I didn't know you didn't like that.
Look, Melissa, you know I like you, but I just don't see where this relationship is heading. Okay, I'm sorry.
Talk all you want, just $24.99 a month.
Sweet. Vonage!
Are you okay?
Mom, we got Vonage!
Wait! I'll do anything you want.
Vonage, one smart decision among many, many stupid ones. Click or call today.
Listen up, V-Dub in the house. Jason, this is your 98 whatchamacallit.
You got an F.
You know what we're gonna do now?
No.
Unpimp your auto. We just dropped it like it's hot. V-Dub, representing Deutschland.
The Volkswagen GTI, pre-tuned by German engineers.
The heat is rising. And just wait until Miami hits 100. 100 murders. 100 killers. 100 episodes. Miami's never been more dangerous, and you won't believe what happens next.
He is gambling on human lives.
CSI Miami's 100th episode, all new, CBS tomorrow.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Diet Pepsi. Live NFL. Drink Diet Pepsi. And by the 200 horsepower Volkswagen GTI. Make friends with your fast.
Jet fans up in arms as their team taking a 21-17 lead on Indianapolis. 7:55 to play in the 4th as Nugent kicks it away. From the 15-yard line, it's Wilkins. And Wilkins across the 30 to about the 33, back to the touchdown.
Let's go back, look at it. Watch Gilbert Gardner, number 51, right there, unblocked. And Barlow runs right through him. And what a collision they had. Listen to this hit. When you can run through an unblocked linebacker the way Kevin Barlow just did, he capped off a wonderful drive. And I mean a wonderful comeback drive by the Jets after that long drive resulted in no points. That was classy.
Ben Utek hurt Brian Fletcher in the backfield. Manning goes to work through the air. With time, over the middle. That's complete across the 35 to the 37 or 38-yard line to the rookie Joseph Adai.
Well, now you see Payton Manning. Talk about being in your comfort zone.
Is he doing his Chad Pennington impression right about now?
I don't think Pennington went that far.
2nd and 4. Adai dances out of one tackle and out to the 45-yard line, and enough for an Indy first down.
Boy, you love to see a running back that can make people miss. That had the earmarks of a play that was going to lose yardage, and it ended up being a first down. Jonathan Vilma whiffed on Joseph Adai.
Is this a fun battle to watch between these two quarterbacks?
I didn't think we were going to get it the way this thing started.
Adai. Not much there. Just across the 45 to the 46-yard line. Dwayne Robertson in the middle of that line has played a heck of a game for the New York Jets.
And we know how good Tony Dungy's team is. They're a given. You know, we've watched them for years. The Jets are a question mark. And I'll tell you one thing. I'm impressed with their resiliency. Their ability to bounce back. They faced some adversity, and they are still playing strong and with a lead. Most impressive.
2nd and 9. On the ground. Adai. Not much there. Dwayne Robertson had a leg and wouldn't let go. We have 6 minutes to play in the 4th. There is Eric Mangini, defensive assistant all of his career.
35 years old. That's a young guy to have the responsibilities that he has.
3rd and 8. Manning throws this side, complete to Dallas Clark to the 42-yard line, and enough for a first down.
If you let Payton get in his comfort zone in the pocket, if he sets his feet, if he has a chance to check down, he's going to deliver a perfect pass every time. Jets got to think about taking some chances. How do we fluster Manning? How do we get him to move out of the pocket?
Right side, a guy cuts it back inside the 40 to about the 38. You and I were talking as we looked ahead to this game about Kerry Rhodes and what a mess he makes of the offensive backfield with his blitzing. He hasn't done much of that today.
No, because you can't blitz Payton Manning on a regular basis and get away with it. The way you really have to, you got to count on your front four winning their individual battles and getting in his face. Payton, there's no blitz he hasn't seen. There's no blitz he hasn't beaten. But that doesn't mean you still have to try.
Manning on the slant, and that's complete to Harrison to the 30-yard line, and they'll move the sticks again. Ever wanted to talk about a precision receiver, it is Marvin Harrison.
And, you know, not just a sideline guy. Marvin will catch balls over the middle and take a big hit. For a slight man, he's a whole lot tougher than you might think.
Coming up on 4 minutes to play. Play fake. Manning under the gun, throws right side. It is that complete at the 20-yard line. It is to Harrison.
Oh. From this side of the field, you're going, there's no way that he could have kept his feet in bounds. You're thinking, is that humanly possible that a guy could actually stop his momentum like that and get his feet down?
Payton Manning was fast, running out of time, got it to Marvin Harrison, and it's now a first down for the Colts at the 20. A dive. Running room on the left side. Penalty marker flies inside the 10, inside the 5-yard line before he's pushed back.
This is almost certainly coming back on a holding call.
Tarek Glenn was out there blocking ahead.
Holding, 78 of the offense. 10 yards, repeat first down.
It is on Tarek Glenn.
Yep. I think he held Jonathan Vilma. There's 51 Vilma. He locks up with Glenn. Glenn's got the left arm. He's got the left arm draped across the front of Vilma. It was pretty obvious from up here when it happened, that angle. You couldn't see how much he was holding Vilma.
Tarek Glenn did everything to take that arm home with him.
Yeah.
1st and 20 from the 30. 3:40 to play. Manning throwing for the end zone for Reggie Wayne. It is incomplete. Justin Miller was with Wayne all the way.
That's how you grow up in a hurry. Justin Miller, a second-year player. Now get your head around. Get your head around. That's the way you do it. He was playing the receiver, and then he decided it was time to play the ball, and he snapped that head around and found it.
2nd and 20. Remember, Colts are out of timeouts. Manning going back the same way for Wayne. Marker flies.
Interception. Yep. Well, Justin Miller this time's going to get it.
Pass interference, 22 defense, automatic first down.
That is so smart after a long play like that to come right back. Same receiver, same guy. Here's going to be the mistake by Miller right there with the left arm. The crowd's booing, but he put out that arm bar and he impeded the progress of Reggie Wayne. You can't put that arm bar out there like that when the ball's in the air.
Well, there are some beer bottles being thrown out of the
Well, they
stands.
saw the last 3 or 4 yards of the play when there was separation and no contact. The foul had occurred prior to that.
So now play will resume. We're at 3:34. A die in the backfield. 1st and goal for Manning and the Colts. A die to the 5. Wrestled down at about the 4.5, maybe 3-yard line. Chad Pennington looking like he's going to have a little action under pressure when he comes back.
Well, and right now, well, we'll see what happens here if the Colts get in the end zone. They still got a ways to go.
A die again to about the 2. Manning wants his team up and at him.
But really, he may get him to the line in the hurry. I don't know why he'd be in that big of a hurry to snap the ball.
This time he keeps it, throws, touchdown. Brian Fletcher, number 81.
And Fletcher, a goal line target. That's his 2nd touchdown reception of the year. Payton loves him down on the goal line. Big guy at 6'5". And right now, if this is a successful extra point, that missed field goal opportunities looking kind of big.
Had all the earmarks of Payton's touchdown run last week when he kept the ball. But the Jets were there, and he threw for the score. 12-play, 68-yard drive. Grammatica's kick is good. 2:34 to play. 24-21 Indy.
Again, the Jets defended this pretty well. They've got the upfield pressure. They forced Payton to throw backwards. But how good a pass is that by Payton Manning? Jumping backwards, his feet in the air. When he delivers the ball, he still throws a strike to Brian Fletcher. Yes, that is the way we drew it up and did it on Wednesday and Thursday. That don't underestimate what a fine throw that was for a guy that was falling and jumping backwards.
Or as Dwight Freeney put it, under duress. Under duress.
Under duress is right. Well, here we go again now with Grammatica. Can he get the ball deep and give, try to keep the Jets from getting any sort of decent field position? There's a look at what the 2 quarterbacks. Look at Payton Manning. Got that rating up over 100 again. Chad, that's a very effective game. 13 out of 18. Had the 1 pick. But again, keep in mind that 1 pick came on 4th down when he had to throw the ball into the end zone.
Justin Miller and Leon Washington.
Hey, that's a good kick from Grammatica.
Justin Miller out of the end zone. 20. 30. Grammatica had a hand on him. He breaks free. Miller to the 20. 10, 5. No penalty flags. Touchdown.
The only time Grammatica gets it anywhere near the goal line on a kickoff, the Jets run it back for a touchdown.
103 yards on the return. Mike Westhoff's special teams have had a special day.
And Justin Miller, keep in mind, the guy who got the interference call that set up the Indianapolis touchdown. How's that for making amends?
Mike Nugent's kick is good. 2:20 to play. And the Jets with a 28-24 lead.
And the Colts with 0 timeouts. Take a look at this. There was some decision immediately as to whether or not he was even going to bring it out. Grammatica actually actually gets a hold of him, but in reality, Gramatica knocks off Ryan Lacasse, who probably would have made the tackle.
You know what's interesting about this return is Leon Washington, his blocker goes pretty much untouched for half the field.
What a football game this has turned out to be. After an awkward first quarter, this has been 3 quarters of fun.
And perhaps the most important aspect, as you pointed out right now, Dan, Payton Manning has no timeouts to work with.
Well, people in this stadium are going to agonize for a long time about that field goal that the Jets passed up. They didn't get a chance to do it thanks to Justin Miller.
Nugent kicks to Terrence Wilkins. Wilkins on the run at the 11. The 30. And out of bounds just short of the 40-yard line. Pretty good return by Terrence Wilkins. Rashad Washington knocked him out. And here comes Payton Manning. How quickly, on at least 5 different occasions, the momentum has changed in this game from one side to the other.
It has been that kind of afternoon.
That 103-yard return, the longest in New York Jets history.
Now, you know Payton is in that hole saying, be cool, guys, be calm, but we've got to be quick without timeouts. We have got to get back to the line of scrimmage and get set up quickly.
From the 39. Manning to a die out of the backfield, and a die stood up at about the 44-yard line.
And they won't get one off before the 2-minute warning.
2 minutes to play at the Meadowland. The Jets by 4.
Steak, egg, and cheese,
yeah.
and burrito. There's tots in there.
Yeah.
It feels really hearty.
It's like eating like a trucker.
10-4, good buddy. Come back at me.
I'm about 3 quarters of a mile outside of T-Town. I'll be pulling in just as soon as you hear my horn. Make sure you're outside.
I didn't catch any of that.
Steak, egg, and cheese burrito. Sonic's got it, others don't. Loaded with thin sliced steak, it's the hearty way to start your morning. And now swipe your credit or My Sonic card from your car, only at Sonic.
V-dub here in full effect with Trey and this ride.
It looks like it could fly.
What time is it?
I don't know.
Time to unpimp the auto. Oh, snap. German engineering in the house, yeah.
The Volkswagen GTI, pre-tuned by German engineers.
Hey.
Hey. You got Singular?
No. Sprint.
Sprint mobile broadband downloads 5 times faster than Singular's Edge.
Well, I'm done.
Because in business, it pays to keep moving. Get the power of the nation's largest mobile broadband network. Get a free mobile broadband card. Visit sprint.com/mobile broadband.
The only cure for a natural disaster is a human response. Help the NFL and United Way rebuild communities. Find out how at unitedway.org.
Tonight, it's a case so hot, it will break all the rules.
You ready for this?
A new episode of Without a Trace, CBS tonight.
Justin Miller on the corner for the Jets. Is he tired, and does Payton Manning know it?
Hey, I'd try him deep. The guy just ran 103 yards on a kickoff return. They might be locking up a little bit on him.
He's matching up on Reggie Wayne. 2nd and 5. Manning looks this way, complete and out of bounds at midfield to Fletcher.
Well, they played a 2-deep zone that time behind Justin Miller. They weren't going to let him run deep. They weren't going to let him run deep with Wayne.
Marvin Harrison goes to the other side of the field where Andre Dyson is looking after him. Dallas Clark is in the slot. Clark has caught 2 TD passes this season. Manning throws to Fletcher. Fletcher out of bounds inside the 40. You made a good point during the timeout, Dan, that because of that missed field goal, the difference is not 3 points, it's 4, and Manning has to go for the end zone.
Yeah, well, you know, but the Colts are playing for the win, where they could be playing for the tie, if in fact the Jets had 31 instead of 28 points.
But all kinds of ifs and buts in there, and
a lot of football left to go here.
You bet. Manning. Bullet over the middle to Clark. And Clark is spun down short of the 35, or they'll give him progress to the 35-yard line. Clock continues to move, coming up on a minute 35 to play. Manning. That's incomplete. And is it picked off? Incomplete. Welcome those of you who have joined us here at the Meadowlands. Greg Gumbel and Dan Deerdorf. The Jets with a 28-24 lead on the Colts. Colts with a 3rd and 6 at the Jet 35. Payton Manning and the Colts are out of timeouts. We have a minute 26 to play. Manning needs the 29-yard line for a first down. Going to keep it. Looking to run. Now throws. Has Marvin Harrison on the far side for a first down.
How good is that? How good is that? He gets his jersey peeled off. He made everybody in this stadium think he's going to run with the football, and then he finds a wide open receiver.
First down at the Jet 16. Welcome to those of you joining us here at the Meadowlands. And first down and 10. The Colts are out of timeouts. It's the Jets who burn a timeout here with a minute 19 to play. This has been a back and forth game, a change of momentum every few minutes. The Jets have regained the lead on Justin Miller's kickoff return of 103 yards, the longest in New York Jet history. And without a timeout available to him, Payton Manning has moved the Colts down to the Jets 16-yard line. Does that about cover it, Dan?
Well, that pretty much covered it. It was a first quarter. The game started off with Chad Pennington being sacked by Robert Mathis. Fumbled the football. It set up an Indianapolis scoring drive. They're immediately out front 7-0. The Jets looked woeful in the first quarter and have come back and played 3 really, really good quarters of football up to this point.
We've had a fourth down effort by the Jets, and Eric Mangini at the goal line that fell short was intercepted, and the Colts took the ball and drove the other way for a touchdown. First down at the 16-yard line. Manning pump fakes right, looks left, going for Clark in the end zone, and overthrows. Second and 10, a minute 13 to play. Manning threw for just 77 yards in the first half. He's thrown for 125 here in the second, as the Colts ground game became very impressive this afternoon.
Yeah, the Colts have run, both teams have run the ball well this afternoon. The Jets have run it well against the Colts.
On second and 10, Manning waits, throws, goal line, and stopped short of the goal line is Reggie Wayne.
And the clock is going to keep winding.
1 minute to play. Manning hustles the Colts to the line of scrimmage. Manning keeps it, goes to the end zone for the touchdown.
That's exactly what he did last week against Jacksonville. Sneaks it into the end zone. So, wow. What a drive with no timeouts by the Indianapolis Colts. And there's an uncharacteristic display of emotion as Payton Manning spikes the ball in the end zone. You think this guy's not a competitor?
9 plays, 61 yards in a minute and a half. Martin Gramatica for the extra point. And it's good.
Well, right now, Payton Manning, this is, again, he hurries his club up to the line. You can see the Jets aren't even entirely set yet. Real easy behind his center, Jeff Saturday, into the end zone. The Jets haven't really even anchored themselves. That's just too easy. And here's Payton. Watch this. Watch this. Yeah, it doesn't look like that much, but for Payton Manning, that's being pretty demonstrative.
As we said at the very top of the day, week 1, Manning and the Colts came into this stadium and beat the New York Giants by 5. Second trip to the Meadowlands in 4 weeks.
Well, the difference in this ball game right now is Indianapolis is up by 3 points. Eric Mangini had an opportunity at the end of a 16-play drive when the Jets were, what, at the 3-yard line or the 2-yard line? They had 4th down at either the 2 or the 3. My memory escapes me. Instead of kicking a field goal, he went for it. The score was tied 14-14 at the time. He passed up a field goal, went for it from the 2-yard line. They did not get it. Obviously, if he would have elected to kick the field goal at that time, this would now be a 31-31 ball game.
The ball was intercepted. The Colts took over at the 20-yard line and drove the length of the field. Gramatica. Ground ball to short. Yeah. This one bouncing all the way through the Jets. Leon Washington at the goal line. He is buried at the 1-yard line.
He could have downed it in the end zone. The impetus of that ball carried it in.
47 seconds to play here, and what an incredible decision by the rookie Leon Washington.
The impetus of the ball carried it all the way back into the end zone. Once he stopped the ball, though, and when he stopped the ball was actually on the goal line. At that point in time, he does have to come out with it.
So now they have the ball at the 2-yard line, 47 seconds to play. And the Jets, what a magnificent effort by the Jets. And without some heroics by Chad Pennington here, it's going to come up short. From his end zone. Pennington flips it out. That's complete across the 10 to Tim Dwight, and Dwight is knocked down at about the 11-yard line. Clock continues to move. Jets have 1 timeout remaining. Pennington over the middle, picked off nicely off the top of the grass by Jericho Cotchery.
Yeah, they got
to the 25-yard line.
And they got to take their final time out there. That would have taken just too long.
This is the play that we were talking about earlier. The Jets passed on the field goal attempt and went for it on 4th down.
Play action. Pennington in this situation under pressure tries to force it in. It gets intercepted by Rocky Boyman. And Eric Mangini, who tried an onside kick earlier in the game, successfully done. It led to a Jets scoring drive. Has been in a gambling mode all day. But that passing up of a field goal, I'm guessing, will be much discussed this week in New York, in the newspapers and on talk radio and everywhere else, and all the ships at sea.
That is Mike Nugent, hoping he'll get a shot. His longest field goal, 42 yards this season. Jets now out of timeouts. First down at their own 25. 4-man rush for the Colts. Sideline pass. Lavernius Cole steps out at the 32. 14 seconds on the clock. So the Colts looking to go 4-0 on the season. A loss here for the Jets would drop them to 2-2.
Well, Chad's got to go deep with this ball, or again, maybe some sort of a 15-20 yard sideline pattern with no timeouts left. You can't just settle for 10 yards over the middle of the field.
Colts came up with 4 scores in their last 5 possessions. Pennington gets protection. That pass is tipped incomplete near midfield. Tim Jennings who is about the 8th or 9th string back that Tony Dungy has been pressed into service to use. Once again, the Colts with tremendous injuries in their secondary.
Yes. And are on the
figure out a way to come out and win.
On the verge of going 4-0. Chad Pennington needs some sort of a sideline pattern of about 40 yards or so. Pretty tough to pull off in 8 seconds.
3rd and 3.
Either that or a penalty.
Over the middle, Washington, and flips it to Brad Smith, and Smith going to throw it back, and here we go. Here we go. This is Lavernius Coles. Now this has to work because the clock has expired. Pennington throws all the way across the field, and this is 81, Justin McCarron. McCarron throws it back to Brad Smith, and this game is going to, it's still going.
It's still alive. This ball's still alive.
Flipped over. Now we've got a lineman with the football.
Oh, this is unbelievable. It is finally over. Oh, and we've got a Jet injured. One of the Jets about the 29-yard line.
All right, folks, let's take you out from the ball game you were just watching. Let's take you to the final seconds here in Baltimore. Kevin Harlan, Rich Gannon.
Receivers include Parker and Jackson, Malcolm Floyd, and Manu Maliuna. They've just taken Parker off the field.
Phillip Rivers is going to need all the time he can get with the ball to give his receivers enough time to work down the field.
Oh, he's sacked by Jared Johnson. And the first sack allowed all season by San Diego. And Steve McNair has done it again.